Since we did this new edging around our woodland border, I suddenly want to do stuff. And this Astelia, under a lot of shade and a lot of lack of water, has done very well. So Astelias will grow in shade, and they will grow any dry conditions. So generally, a plant that does well in dry conditions will not tolerate wet conditions. There's very few plants that will do both. In fact, I don't think any. If a plant likes dry conditions, it's designed for that. It won't be able to cope with wet conditions. That loves dry shade. And this Astelia here is the more common one, the silvery one. And this one is a bit dodgy, so it's not saleable. So I'm going to plant it. This is a nice spot here. So we have the two Astelias. And then I have this Yucca flaccida. Now, the advantage of Yucca flaccida is a great yucca for Ireland because we have a strong compensation culture. And Yucca flaccida, it means it's flaccid. It doesn't have spikes. If you go for Yucca gloriosa, Adam's needle, and you have a few too many pints at night and you fall into it on the way home, you'll have to be pulled out of it the following day. Adam's needle is lovely, but I couldn't have it. I couldn't have it because I'd end up getting impaled. But this one doesn't, and it has the most amazing flowers. Now, south facing here, and I'm just going to take a chance with it. I'm going to take a chance. Where are we? We take a chance here. Astelia and Yucca. I'm not sure about the Yucca. It might be a little dry for it, but Yuccas, they come from very dry situations, so it might work. Good mineral soil underneath. There's the root. Gets a very strong, knobbly sort of a root. That's it. And Astelia. Ground's very wet. We've had a bit of rain, a good bit of rain. It's still healthy, look. That's it. Now what we'll do, remove the bit of Geranium macrorrhizum around it. That's it. And just keep an eye this summer. You see, it's not bullied out of existence by the Geranium macrorrhizum. Just remove the odd bit Geranium macrorrhizum. And I have a feeling that's going to do well. The Yucca might do well. It's a 50-50. There's nothing ventured, nothing gained. Now we're going to dig out a plant over here. We've got this piece done. See the way it's nice and neat, and I love it during the summer here. Even in the winter, you come in doing a bit and there's 2 people or 3 people sitting there having a nice talk, and it's kind of nice to see them doing it, and you realise that, oh, I put that there, people are enjoying it. I've changed my mind about the black bamboo. I went off the black bamboo, but I like it now because it is very controllable. My idea of bamboos is, are they controllable, yes or no? Oh, look at this here. American bamboo. It's called Himalaya something. And it's got very good foliage, very good stems. Kind of bluey tinge. Now, needs a little bit of cutting back. See how well the secateurs is working. Since in the last video I sharpened it. See how well it's working. So that's just to show off that the secateurs is working well. But I wanted to show this. The bigger man took a big bamboo out here. You can see what the problem is. What it had done to the yew hedge. There's two bits that are left. No. Pickaxe. Now you can see the problem. Look, bouncing off it. And then what we're going to do is cut back the hedge at the top. Put it in at the top. And get rid of all that dead leaves and stuff, because what that does, it allows light to get in at the stems, and light gets in the stems, it regenerates. Yew regenerates very quickly. And what does yew like on heavy clay? You see those Scots Pine behind? Scots Pine are pulling water out of the soil, and that just suits yew to perfection, because yew doesn't like being waterlogged. And the same with that poplar. That poplar there's pulling water out of the soil, and that's what's good for the yew. Good for you. So we need to cut this back. In fact, David, I'll get I know we're doing a different thing, but I'll get the hedge cutters and do a little bit of cutting back. Just to show. Just be cut in like that. So you're cutting it really, really tight at the top, and then as you go down, you come out. So when you're cutting a hedge, and this is very important, you cut the top first, then you cut the top side second, and the bottom side you leave alone until everything is done. Because if you don't, you'll tend to end up not thinking, and you'll end up cutting it like that. It should always go out. Now, and that's why I'm cutting it back here like that. And we have bramble coming in from next door. We do the bramble. Now I could go all day with this. So always go in at the top, in. It grows faster at the top side and the bottom side, so it will always, the bias is always to go out of the top for all plants, really. Let's just get rid of it. And just be very careful of the bottom. And every now and again, lean into the hedge and look along it. That's how you do it. You look along it and you can see where the bit coming out. A little bit there. But as I say, always ease and caution. From here down, be careful. Be very careful. Now they're coming out. They're dogwoods, because they, you see what they did? Kill the hedge, bottom. Now look here, David. Very interesting. Look at that. Look at that. The plant is telling you. It's growing, it's going to grow out. You could, if you had time, get the secateurs and take away all the dead stuff. All the dead bits. And get rid of all this. And we're going to plant a nice clump of ferns in here, nice restful ferns. So that's that. That's Hydrangea aspera. It's one of the aspera ones. They do not be cut back. You cut them back, you lose flowering for a year. Now, what do I need? Where did I put my spade? You see, I'm doing these videos and I only have half an idea what I'm going to do, but I get drawn all the time by what's here. Look, bramble, gone. Creeping buttercup, take out. Willow herb, take out. Ivy, take out. We haven't. This border here, I'd say it's got 2 hours work in the last year. So it's very low maintenance. Kerria japonica. A miscanthus there, variegated miscanthus with nettles growing into. It's lost there. It's too crowded for it now. We'll remove it. And look at the Prunus serrula, the mahogany bark cherry. Isn't that nice? Next week this will all be done. We like to have everything cut back and done by Patrick's Day, which is an important day in Ireland. But my father always used to say, you never plant your potatoes till after St. Patrick's Day. It's a day that in the olden days in rural Ireland, it was a lot of stuff was done after Patrick's Day. It was a great sort of a signpost before Patrick's Day and after Patrick's Day. So by Patrick's Day we have everything cut back. We need to cut this Buddleja. Now, why do you cut Buddlejas back? You don't have to cut them back. But I'm going to give this one a good hard cut back this year. And this Hypericum has to be absolutely hammered back to about a foot of the ground. And it comes back very quickly and doesn't affect its flowering. Anyway, in here, Thalictrum Elin has to be. I'm just doing a temporary job on the Thalictrum Elin. The reason I'm doing it is this here. Now, Thalictrum gone. I bought that jacket a week ago, and it's obviously not for gardening. Crinodendron here. We're going to take it up, but we'll get this out of the way so we can see what we have. If we look closely, David, we should see maybe some flower buds. Look, they hang down. Yeah. Staked. You can reuse these. And we reuse this. We'll reuse this as well. Now, actually. And if you're digging stuff out, just before you start digging, go around it like this, just to see what the lie of the land is like. Just do that, get rid of all the bits and pieces. What have we got there? I don't know. Oh yeah, mayonnaise sachet. We should keep it for the archaeologists. The archaeologists, by the way, are in the field next door. They're putting in solar panels, and the archaeologists are in before to see is there anything, because it's very rich archaeologically around here. So they're in. Oh. This is the way the Germans used to do it. They'd take a bit off here first. When I work in Germany, they would do that first, and then they would start. There's a Thalictrum. Might be in the way. No, it's quite hard. This ain't going very well. I'm not sure this is going to work. I think we might have got away with it. I think we need a wheelbarrow actually. Bring that back. So we'll get the wheelbarrow and bring it around. And that's our stake. Bit small. Have to do. Maybe we should get a proper stake. No, we'll use this one. Do. Okay, well we get a wheelbarrow. We can walk around and look at a few things while we're getting a wheelbarrow. Maybe. How good the upright hue is. It's unbeatable. And many conifers in Ireland don't do well on heavy clay and limestone soil, but if you have space, you cannot beat cedars. That's Cedrus genus. Cedars. You cannot beat them. We can't smell stuff. It's the most amazing scent from this Azara microphylla, and this part is reverted back to green and the flowers are more visible. And the underside, you see them? highly scented. Actually, the green is actually nicer as in a bigger plant. The green actually is more impact than the variegation. What else? I'm just thinking, I planted that yucca. Maybe that yucca would be better here. Oh, I have 2 yuccas. I have 2, so I'll plant the second one there. Before I get out. That's the curry plant. Looks a bit scrawny. For a dry, sunny position, it is one of the best silver plants you can get and most reliable. Smilacina racemosa, related to asparagus. And by the way, we're taking this up. I did it in a video, but it's coming up. And we're going to plant, of all things, Helianthus salicifolius there. I'm going to take a chance. Look how well that fern is lurking through the bamboo. Isn't that just amazing how well that fern and bamboo, how well it works? That's total fluke. I don't think I planted that. That just came in. I planted that one. That one's from Japan. But I don't think I planted these Variopteris. I think they came in themselves. Now, be always wary, and I am, of rakes, because Laurel and Hardy, when it comes to rakes, Laurel and Hardy was correct. When you stand on the head of the rake, up it comes and hits you, and I've been hit many times. And you never leave a rake like that. You leave it like that. The problem is, you leave it like that, a member of the public comes along, oh, that's a nice rake, and puts it like that, and that's what happens. So you can't. So we bring this around. We'll do a bit of tidying as we go. That was the previous video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I have a pond there, and you always be careful with ponds and having stuff around, because children, when they see something solid, they just love throwing it into the water. There we have sycamore leaf from last year. And how do I know it's sycamore Azacetus? Because it has tar spot on it, which is a fungus, sycamore. And when I was growing up in Dublin, there was no tar spot on the sycamore, 0 tar spot, because everybody burned smoky coal, and the sulphur in the coal didn't allow this. It was a natural fungicide, and we didn't get tar spot. I'm not saying we go back to burning smoky coal again. Crinodendron here. The cherry won't grow anymore, really. Maybe here. I think that's far enough away. Here. And which way is the best? This way? This way? I think. Oh, it's kind of nice, isn't it? That's the way. If we don't get finished before 5, it's overtime, David. And I've noticed in this place, sometimes I come in the evening, I used to check the rabbit traps and stuff, and you come in at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and they'll be full of birds, and they kind of look at you, the birds, and start saying, "What are you doing here? It's our place now. You knock off at 6. You know, what are you doing? You're interfering," and you kind of feel you're a bit of an intruder, because that's their time from 6 until we open the following day. Now, here we'll be lazy. And this is important. See this built the railways. All the railways are built with this. And gravity. You don't touch it. Easy. That's when a man could go all day, 60-hour weeks, building the railways, because they let the tool do the work. And sometimes they use this part, the pointy part, sometimes the flat part. Lovely soil. Look at that soil. Now, and the old timers would use a shovel. I wouldn't use a spade. And you see, if it goes out over the, look at the width of the road here, plenty of width. Go out to, it could even come out to here. I would see. Bit low? No. That's it. And here's another tip, another very good tip. Before this has to be planted out here, before I plant out, I look like a golfer. Do you ever see golfers when they're on the green and they go in their hunkers and they're looking to see the lay of the green? Look down, and when you see a little bit of a hump, get it, you knock it into the hollow. Because after you plant, when you've planted, you can no longer do anything with it. But before you plant, get rid of all the big lumps, have it nice and level. It's just better. The same as here, a bit high here. Anyway, that's that done. It's a little small. Kind of cheating. See, we put on 2. Uh-oh. I think they're past the point of rescue. I think that should do. And now we water it. Now, where's the watering can? I'll show how to water properly. Now, I hope this is all right, because it says here, Moscow, do not use for watering. But I washed it out. Now, this is called watering in, and it's that's for all. And when you're a professional gardener, you learn this, one of the first things you learn. It's called watering in, and the idea is to overwhelm the soil with water to an extent that it's a mixture of the soil becomes a slurry. Now, when you have to have all the stuff to do with the soil done first, because you can't walk in it when you do this, because it's mush. You turn the soil into mush, and then as the water makes its way down under gravity, it sticks to the root hairs. It binds the whole thing together, gets rid of air pockets. So this is what you do. It's a bit Moscowy. Oh no, I think it'll be all right. Don't let it's washing away a little bit. Leave it. Go again. Just let it go down a bit. Go again. You could, if you had time, make a little sort of dam around it. Let it go. Now I'm going to give it actually second one because it's quite big. And you see, bit of a pity, but I'm nipping that off. Take a bit of pressure off it. Look, flower buds and everything. Little bit of a pity. And we'll maybe nip that. We'll nip that and we'll nip this. I know it's a terrible thing to do, loads of flower buds, but that's just taking us maybe a little bit here. That's it. Now, one more water and it's on its own. It's lovely and tight. And we have 2 more to go in. We have this, as I mentioned in the last video, this is one I found, the seedling. It's upright, it's got 3 stems. Maybe here, maybe over there. No, because that's a red berberis. I think we go here. Far enough away, and I don't want them in an exact line. And then this is the nice white cherry, Japanese plum, Prunus Shirofugen. That's white. Maybe put that there. And maybe here. Maybe here. Plenty of space here. Get loads of space. Now this needs to go. See this one here? Don't want to put it in line with the sorbus. No, it's too close. Maybe a few little shrubs here. I better plant this before I change my mind. I'm going to plant these, and that'll finish the video. I'll plant these too. Oh, maybe that could go a bit closer here, away from that. That could spill out. We have room for a few things here. And remove this. Maybe there. Oh, I can't make my mind up with this. I just can't make my mind up with that. You can see how the soil is very good. It's you know, it's like some of the television gardeners. When they do the soil, it's always like this. The reason it's like this here is because the digger man came along, and like this is luxury for me. It's total luxury. But sometimes when I see the television gardeners and they're digging the soil, and it's like cake mix before they put the water in to make the cake, and I'm a bit suspicious. Look at that. That's far too easy. Now it's in. That's it. I could just know about here. Just a little bit wary of the yew hedge. That's it. No. A few here. Should we have went further back? Should we have went further in? No, we're going to leave it at that. You know, the thing about that is, 5 years time, I could lift that and move it. No problem. So I do have a bit of leeway, but we're going to leave it at that. We've a load more videos to do, but I think we've loads to do here. Look here, loads to do. But that's for another day. Thank you for watching, and thanks for all the people who send me nice messages and stuff. I don't get back. I generally don't get involved in that type of stuff because when I was young, we didn't have when I learned how to garden, we didn't have those computers, and I never bothered learning.